Oh, catch. Oh, hopefully nobody falls off. There it is.
Coming straight, but when he saw a car moving closer to the shoulder, he panicked and lost control of his bike.
Little panic brake. So he wasn't going to turn. He was trying to go straight and panic braked. Okay. Progressive brake pressure. I teach that in the book. Okay. You'll learn how to apply brake pressure so you don't slam it and dump it, because when you slam that front brake, especially on some bikes that don't have ABS, it just locks it up. And once it locks it up, it slides. That's what it does. When you do progressive brake pressure, it's still rotating, just slower and slower until the point where it does come to a stop. When you lock up that front tire, it just locks it, slides, and if you have any type of turning on the handlebars, that's where it goes. It just slides. You lose all traction. It's like running as fast as you can on wet grass and planting your feet. You're going to slip and slide, hopefully balance it, but you're probably going to fall. Now, if you're running on wet grass and you're all of a sudden trying to stop and you just barely, you're like, and you do that, you're going to stop and you have more control. All right, here we go. Oh, catch it. Ooh. Check your pants now. Yeah, off-road, having some fun. I like to step back a little bit because I don't want all that dust in my throat. Whoa, had to lay her down. Riding with the passenger. What's up, buddy? Oh, hopefully nobody falls off. There it is. You need to hold on. All right, here we go. Nice little cruising. Yeah, some music. Nice little wheelie. Got a sharp left turn coming up ahead. Oh, dear. That would have been bad. Watch out. Almost died. Intersections. Were we supposed to stop? Let's take a look.
Failed to notice the rider. Fortunately, the rider...
Sun in the eyes of the other drivers. Okay, sun at her back. Oh, good job braking, though. You saw that, right? Good job applying progressive brake pressure. Saw that as an intersection hazard was coming out. Navigated that active threat and put himself in a new position for safety at a slower speed so we didn't hit somebody, and now we're moving on with our day. Absolutely love that. Good job. Sucks. Scary. Beautiful view, though. Wow. Oh, geez. Come on, Jeff. Why are you always falling? How do we rescue this guy? Remain calm. Ensure your own safety. He's walking. That's good. That's a good sign. Any major bleeds? Let's make sure we stop those. So dramatic.
It's a good.
All right, Jeffrey. You have to keep a space cushion in a group ride. You can't be doing stupid stuff like that. Let's take a look.
Left lane. That's the LA though.
Okay, so nice cruise, big bunch of escape routes. Okay, person moved. Oh, geez, get that nice swerve. Good job. Take the escape. Oh, I love that. Maybe that's not his exit. He did exactly what he needed to. So this was actually pretty good. Don't worry about the chicken strips. Worry about this. Somebody's coming over to the exit and switched over multiple lanes. Saw it ahead of time. This is a great plan right here. This is actually pretty good. This is a great plan. Located a hazardous situation, somebody moving over lanes. Is it a relevant threat to me, though? Because somebody can move over lanes over there. It's not a relevant threat because it's not in my path of travel. That person's moving in front of us, so it's a relevant threat. Now, cool. I did my head check right there. They're going to get into that lane right in front of me. I don't want to be it. We are creating the open lane pattern. You notice that? I don't want to be behind them. There's an open lane over there. I'm going to switch over. We're doing it too. Perfectly fine. Natural human behavior. So we're going to switch over. Oh, they're switching over too. We already made the decision. They made a decision. Oh, crap. Now I got to lean harder, or I could swerve back right, but I sped up. Now I'm going to probably run into the vehicle in front of me. So I'm going to just go ahead and lean harder because I got two lanes. Not a big deal. I'll go to the far left lane. He'll take this one because he doesn't want to be behind that person. Perfectly fine. I'll go ahead and go over here because I'm agile on this sweet, mean, clean, lean chicken strip machine. So we're coming over here. Oh, still not going to the first available lane. I got to keep going to my escape, which is just going to continue going left. Good job. So I want to stay on the highway. So I swerved right. Oh, I'm running out of road. I don't want to go into the gore area and stay there because there's a ton of debris in there. Trust me, there's a lot of debris, a lot of gravel, machine parts, all this other stuff, car parts, alligator skin, all that stuff. So we get up to here. It's like, I want to try to make it back in. Oh, not going to work. Made another split-second decision because we're now still planning. We navigated that active threat here. We have a new active threat up ahead. That's the crazy thing about the plan method. It keeps rotating. Now I got to put myself in a new position for safety in this new situation. All right, I'm in a lane. Just switched over here instead of kept trying to swerve right back on the highway. I'm in this lane. Everything's good. I'll just take an exit. I got GPS. I don't even think I'm supposed to turn off here, but I got GPS. It will get me back to where I need to go. It's going to add a little bit more to my commute, but I saved my life. I saved myself. It was a close call, not a crash. So this is a win. This is an absolute win. Just follow the GPS, focus ahead, move on. Somebody on the shoulder. Oh, we got people in the roadway. That's weird. Oh, we got stuff in the roadway. That's weird. Let's slow it down. So very good. Now if we have the training, how do we rescue somebody after a crash? Okay. So ensure on safety. Where's the patient? Where's the person? He's on the ground. There's 2 motorcycles, so possibly 2 patients. Both of them are on the ground. Find the one that needs it the most. We have 2 patients right there. Okay, we have 2 patients. All you can do, if you're the only one with medical knowledge, is that you have to start triaging. Okay, so when it comes to rescue, major bleeds is going to be the biggest one. Okay, first you do a quick check of their body as best you can. It's going to take a little while to take off all that gear. You're going to have to cut it all off. But do a quick check of their body, see if there's any major bleeds. Let's say the guy in the green has a major bleed, the other guy doesn't. Then you need to stop the major bleed with the guy in the green first. That's your first thing that you need to do. And I say major bleeds, I mean, it's like you're looking at it, it's like, that's a lot of blood. Like, it's like, oh, that's a scrape, not a big deal. Okay, whatever. But if you're like, oh, that's a lot of blood, you need to, if you have that reaction, you need to stop that major bleed with direct pressure, a tourniquet, or learn how to pack the wound. Take a stop the bleed class. You'll learn all those things. Now, let's say both of them are not bleeding. Cool. But the other dude, not the green guy, is not breathing. Well, he's going to be the one that you have to work on. Now, he has a full face helmet on, and he's not breathing. Are you willing to do rescue breaths? That's something you're learning CPR. So I highly recommend a stop the bleed class and a CPR class. So are you willing to do that? If he has a full face helmet off or on, you're going to have to take it off. If he has a 3/4 helmet, you can flip it up. Or a modular helmet, you can flip it up. 3/4 helmet, you have access. No helmet, obviously you have access. But you have to start doing that triage stuff. And this is why it's so important for a group ride. If you're riding with your friends, let's say just one friend. If you have 3 friends that you constantly ride with, a big motorcycle club, it's very important that every single one of you gets some kind of stop the bleed training and CPR certified. It's very important because if you crash and you're the one with the training, you're screwed because nobody else is able to help you. Now, if all of you know how to help each other and you crash, guess what? You have a bunch of people to help you. You don't want to be the only person with that knowledge. That's kind of risky. That's really risky. And that's why I don't do a lot of group rides anymore because I'm the only one with the knowledge. It's like, if I go down, nobody's going to help me. So I want everybody to have this training. So take a stop the bleed class. You can find them for free sometimes. Just type in stop the bleed in Google and you'll find out where you can take a class. Same thing for CPR. It's not hard. All right, Moto Dominus. Yeah, 0 to the speed limit really quick. Okay, recommend just to the speed limit. We have a side of the vehicle right there. What are we gonna do? We're just gonna argue with them. Just get to the other lane. Just get to the other lane and go around. What the? Why do people have issues? Go nighttime riding. What do we got here? A little roundabout. Watch out for anybody wanting to hit you. So we're going pretty slow, testing out his skills. That's why you get the book, everybody. Get the book. You're going to learn how to ride. So you're not trying to learn how to ride with traffic. You can actually practice in the neighborhood to start. And I show you everything. QR codes to scan me doing some real teaching to you. Now in America, the green means diesel. I get it. We're probably not in America. You can see the license plate over there. That's not diesel. But don't put the green thing in your motorcycle. You'd be surprised. Okay, we're gonna latch it down. Hopefully it doesn't pop open. Oh, there goes the phone. Everybody, how do we prevent that? Get a rock form mount. Get a rock form mount. I use rock form. Nice little magnet, little ring. Lock it into your motorcycle. Link in the description and you get 20% off. Here we go. Lane splitting because traffic is moving. Filtering is when traffic is not. Watch out for this big gap to your left. The guy might want to come over. We're maintaining. What's the problem? Yeah. What's the problem? Get over yourself. People are just looking for problems. Don't be one of those people that looks for problems. And there's a little bit of tip of for life here is that don't, like, if with partners specifically, but in life general, don't seek out weaknesses and problems in other people, because that's all you're going to find. You're always going to condemn somebody, shame them, and all that stuff, because that's all you're looking for. And you're going to be miserable because that's all you look for. That's all you think about. You only think about negativity and problems. So you start to project it out on everybody. Try your best. If you're in that mode, that's perfectly, I get it. Like, I get in that mode sometimes. Everyone gets in that mode. If you catch yourself, that's the big thing. That's called awareness here. If you catch yourself in a negative mood and you're finding just negativity in everyone else, pause. Now start to actively search. It's going to be hard. It's like not working out to now working out all the time. But now you actively look for gratitude. Look for positive things. Look for things that you could be grateful for in other people and yourself. And then guess what's going to happen? It's going to flip. Now you're constantly being positive in your head. You're constantly showing gratitude in your head. And your life gets a lot better. And that applies to riding on the road. When you're constantly looking at negativity on the road, you're going to find it. There is absolutely nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there to get upset about. And so what you can do is now transition to the gratitude of, hey, I'm getting through this lane splitting. I'm getting through all this stuff. I'm getting faster to the flow of traffic. I'm going to get home quicker than if I was in a car. I'm enjoying the ride. It's beautiful out. Flip it. See how the negativity, now we're riding like idiots. Yeah, just kind of bouncing around. Oh, side of the vehicle. Good swerve. I love to see that. Good swerve. Interesting choice of protective gear. I feel like we're in Mad Max at this point, riding a Harley or something, because he's got the Harley Eagle. All right, so we're coming up to here, and we're just kind of cruising. There's that side of the vehicle just peeking out. Hey, I want to see you. Nice little side of the vehicle. Sees that, and that's the point of planning your ride, is that we located a hazardous situation. We saw the pattern. Okay, is it a relevant threat? If they stop right there, not a relevant threat. If they peek out like this, and they're kind of making me scared, guess what? I'm still just going to switch lanes. Not a big deal. I'll just switch lanes. If they stop right there and I switch lanes, not a big deal. If they don't stop right there and I switch lanes, I'm in a better spot. So just do it. Just do it. Preemptively, whether they do it or not, you do it. Just get yourself out of there. Don't fight and be like, I hope they stay. You never know. Good little swerve. Love it. That's all it takes. Boop, boop. I wonder if he has like that ski mask in Mad Max.